Aquarius, welcome to your Celtic cross reading. What's up? What's going on? Show me, Aquarius, please. Like always, take it resonates, leave it does not. Do keep in mind these are general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate at all. Frustrating, I know, but normal. Check your other placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. Show me, Aquarius. What's going on? Show me, Aquarius. What is the pumpkin? What is it? Oh. The cinnamon, she was looking out the window, like intently. It's like, oh, I must have seen another dog. What's going on? What's going on, please? Okay, the heart of the reading, the Hanged Man, crossing, 10 of Wands. Okay, I automatically agree with that decision. Absolutely stop, halt all activity. 7 of Cups is crowning you. Knight of Pentacles is in the past, particular leisure pace. Page of Pentacles is exiting, losing interest, I see that. 3 of Wands before you, waiting, looking out for other things. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Strengths, 3 of Pentacles. Okay. King of Pentacles is in your environment. And the 7 of Pentacles, hopes and fears. Okay. Outcome is justice, sense of balance. I think we've achieved something. I saw this same strength for, I believe, Scorpio. Theirs was very direct today, but just in case you have Scorpio in your chart, perhaps check theirs out. You, in the opening, the Hanged Man, serious contemplation, perspective is needed. Where's all this resistance coming from? You want to know. 10 of Wands is crossing you. So it's something you've identified as being problematic, a lot of resistance, like a lot. It's straight up stonewalling, no progress in a particular situation, a feeling, a thought, a belief, something. So we've halted all activity to better understand this 10 of Wands. You're not trying to dismiss it. I think you're trying to better understand it. Okay, but we don't fully understand what it is yet. So there you go. 7 of Cups is crowning you. You're wanting to be open in some way. Now, it could represent emotional fragmentation. It could represent options in love. But for now, we're just going to say you're showing me some willingness to remain open on a difficult subject. Past experience, the Knight of Pentacles. You're perfectly fine, or you're very experienced with slow, steady pace mechanisms, pathways, blueprints, building along the way, carefully, not too fast. This is your typical operating method. We'll see if it still applies. Page of Pentacles is exiting. Your willingness to invest in something is diminished quite a bit. Your willingness to invest in anything at all is not just diminishing, but possibly full exit. Okay, we'll see what it is that you don't seem to be inclined to give to anymore. It seems like it's no big deal for now. But you're saying my participation level, specifically my interest in participation, how I invest my time, energy, and effort, that's real tangible. We're kind of losing interest in that. Okay, 3 of Wands. A little bit of waiting for you in the future. You know, we'll see what we're waiting for. I just want it to be worthy of you. You have to know what's worth waiting for, and therefore what is not. Okay? 3 of Pentacles is in your strength. Yeah, you know, a willingness to start over, start with the basics. This is what I have. Clean slate energy, cooperation, friendship or otherwise, it doesn't matter. You're just like, I'm willing to put something of myself into it, even if it's kind of down here. Okay, so long as it's constructive and productive, that's what we want to do. That's what you're saying, what you can do, or what you're typically known for. In your environment, yeah, I think that suits you. In terms of the practical element, you're very concerned with your everyday life, what it looks like, how it's shaping up, okay? How it's performing. What are you getting and gaining from this? What are your resources? Head of household energy. And also, do you understand your self-worth and how to care for yourself? And your environment suggests that you should, or that you do. 7 of Pentacles is in your hopes and fears. Yeah, that would be a normal one. At least for me, it would be. You know, I'm not a big fan of stagnation, you know. And the 7 of Pentacles has that note of stagnation. Is this as good as it gets? Money or otherwise? Relationship or otherwise. Is this as good as it gets? Or, here's the hope part. Does this still have potential to grow? Because we have some growth here, right, with the 7 of Pentacles? Otherwise, we would not be able to reflect on it. It's like, I see something's growing, but there's the promise here of more. Should I keep trying? Should I keep cultivating that garden? Or should I recognize that it's done as much as it can do? I think that's very reasonable. Justice in the outcome, a sense of balance in the end. Good. Spiritually, technically, legally, all that, any of that. Let's start clarifying. I may not clarify all these, by the way. Some will speak for themselves as we go along. By the way, if you see a break in your message today, I'm hoping that I'm on time. But just in case we linger, in case we take a little bit more extra time, just let you know, I do have to run an errand at a particular time, but your message will pick up right where it left off, okay? Let's see that Hanged Man. Let's see that Hanged Man, please. The Queen of Swords. A lot of people would show me that. Knights of Wands, Six of Cups. We got soul bond energy here. We think about it critically. We feel about it intensely. So here we have a thinking element that says you're logical, you're rational, but oh my, you have very strong, vivacious feelings towards a particular soul bond here, but it's in reflection. Hanged Man. We reflect on this one. It's unique that Six of Cups is precious. All right? Precious memories. Emotional exchanges that are fluid. It's not really discussed, it just happens. And it's that kind of connection that's very sweet for that reason, but we can also take it for granted because two people experience this unique exchange without trying. That's one of the reasons it makes it unique, and that's one of the reasons why it tends to be of important influence in our lives. So with the Hanged Man there, you're contemplating these things, but from a logical point of view, you're feeling towards it, the Knight of Wands, some passion, some hope, some intensity, something that suggests. But it's wrapped up in the memories of the sweet and nostalgia. You think about it a great deal. It's crossing you, Ten of Wands. Let's see that. Show me that Ten of Wands, please. It means something to you. I know it does. Otherwise, I don't think you'd be giving it so much of your thought, your perspective specifically. Trying to suspend judgment of what you know about it. How you felt towards it, how you thought towards it. You're trying to suspend all that. Okay, let's see that Ten of Wands, please. Trying to see it from another perspective, their perspective, an outside perspective, something. Perhaps you are sharing this connection and the details of it to someone else because I see you gaining active insight with the Queen of Swords there. So you might be talking about this connection to someone who's close to you to give you some sort of relevancy, to put this in a different kind of light or points of view. Let's see that Ten of Wands. King of Pentacles, Six of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. Okay. All right. There is this sense of, I should probably leave this behind. I was blocked. There is, and I don't know who did what. I have no idea. I do know that you are directly reflecting on it with the King of Pentacles, with Six of Swords, Nine of Wands. There's a sense here of I was blocked. That Ten of Wands is frustrating. It's frustrating because 9 here has led to a 10. It's in the challenge position. It's kind of like saying, I can accept that, but I want to learn about it. Is that block permanent? Is it always going to be in place? Is that how it's always going to be? Or is it the impossible task to overcome? All these things are on your mind as you contemplate this. And the King of Pentacles says, you know, I was blocked, or I put up a block. I know I should leave this behind, but there's something about it you can't quite leave behind, and that's because, as far as I can tell, at least mentally and or spiritually, you're not done with the subject. So you're still trying to learn about it. I think you're like, whatever the circumstances were, I blocked them or they blocked me. Okay. I know I've made some strides or movements in letting this go and leaving it behind, and you're like, by all rights, I should. There's a block in place. There's an embargo. I should honor that. Leave that as it were, or as is. I know that feeling. I know. It's that sense of I should just leave it alone. There's really nothing left to explore. But there's a part of your mind and spirit, honey, that's just not done with it. That's all. And that's why I see you in a suspended state, and I'm kind of convinced that you're sharing it with somebody to get outside perspective of that connection. And that's not a bad thing. I think it's going to help you gain insight about what happened here. And while I know that you've struggled to accept it, be you put up the imposition or you were on the receiving end of it, doesn't matter, you still struggle to accept it. It's kind of like saying the reasons putting that aside, I do want to learn more about this. What you will find out, I don't know. But I kind of congratulate you because I know that you probably told yourself, just leave it about, it's not worth thinking about. But it still is in some way to you. Okay? So you had to overcome this sense of, you know what, just leave the block in place. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. There's no point in thinking about it. You really had to overcome that. Kind of like suspended all activity and you're insisting on learning. So that's good. That's very much your nature. That's very much your nature. King of Pentacles does like to have things squared away. Don't get me wrong, so I can't say I'm surprised to see that. But at the end of the day, you're still sword. And the sword says, typically, I want to know. You know? All right. Seven of Cups is crowning you. Oh, excuse me. I just posted today, actually. Myself and poor Cinnamon were all very, very subject to allergies at this time. My car is absolutely covered in tree sap. For pre-fall. So if you're not familiar, if you live in the South or where there's a higher heat index, you have pollen types year-round. It's never just a one-stop shop. No, no, no. It's year-round. So it's like my trees are pre-gaming this year. It's a little earlier than usual. Let's see that Seven of Cups. But I keep wanting to... sniffles. All right, Seven of Cups is crowning. Show me that Seven of Cups, please. I really think you're trying to get more perspective from their point of view, more about your points of view. I do. Two of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and the Tower. Yeah, I mean, it's still... see, this is kind of admirable, guys. This is kind of admirable. It's kind of like saying, yeah, there was an emotional upheaval. I don't know if I was on the same page with them. I don't know if they were on the same page with me. I don't know, and I don't know which way it's going because it's 2 and 2. So there was mixed feelings on both sides. And with the Tower here, there was a very strong revelation of that. And playing hot foot, somebody couldn't quite nail down their feelings, or they wouldn't commit to them, or they kept talking themselves out of it. And you're over here like, I want to be open. Seven of Cups. I'm trying to understand this mentally, spiritually, and now emotionally. You're just like, I got to figure this out. I got to figure this out. I got to figure this out. You know, because there was that sense that very much so that there was mixed emotions on both sides. That seems to be clear. But it seems one person in particular kind of botched the whole thing. And it seems to me that botch included really committing to what was felt. And stop second guessing and playing around and playing hot foot, in and out, hot and cold. Step 1, step 2, I don't know. So, well, I have no doubt there were emotional misgivings on both sides. One person really kind of dropped the ball here because they wouldn't stop playing with 2. No puns included in that, or intended, I should say. But yeah, we couldn't stop playing with the balls here. And now you're showing me I want to remain open. So it was either you, and you want to be open now to understand your feelings, even if it's after the fact, or it's you trying to gain perspective on what they felt, or what they did or didn't do. You know what I'm saying? What is really admirable here, going back to that point, is you're reflecting strongly on no prejudice, no biases. What was experienced or felt, yeah, it pissed you off, yeah, there was tension. And you've told yourself 1,000 times to leave it alone. Nothing's going to come from thinking about it. But that just doesn't settle with your spirit very well. So when I'm giving you full credit here for trying to remain open to really gain insight that you need for yourself, and then maybe perhaps better understand this connection once more, even after the fact. We often don't understand things until after the fact. You know? And you're looking at it now, and you're trying to understand it now without prejudice, which is really good. You're trying to remain open, and I can tell you're someone who really likes to have things nailed down. I get it. You really do. You might have some very strong earth in your chart, but your mind, your blessed Aquarius mind, said, no, there's more to this. Let's think about it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and skip that Knight of Pentacles in the past for now. If I have more questions, I'll go back and take a look at it. For now, I'm more interested by that Page of Pentacles that's exiting. What is it? No matter how small the investment, we're not investing in anymore. I'm curious about that. So I'm just a little old page, don't mind me. Sometimes that's what gets my attention the most. Show me that Page of Pentacles, please. Show me that Page of Pentacles. Show me that Page of Pentacles. Six of Wands, Ten of Cups, the Hierophant. Six of Wands, Ten of Cups, the Hierophant. There is some sort of assumed commitment here that we thought we were victorious in. We're going to stop investing in this idea. Where's that coming from? Is that about you? Your life? At present? Somebody else's life? We're not going to invest in this notion anymore to assume confidence in a commitment that all is well. It's downright cheery. We're not investing in that idea anymore. It's kind of a pride thing here. So the Hierophant is uniquely attached to the Six of Wands and Ten of Cups, which suggests an emotional circle, that we are committed to, but we've always had a certain pride, maybe even arrogance that all is well. There are no issues in the commitment. There are no issues in the happy family dynamic. We stop invested in that. That's a very quiet exit, and it's such a small page. But this notion that all is well. See, anybody can look at it. Everything's harmonized. Everybody has their parts and what they play, and I stand by that commitment. And it's a sort of prideful little bit of arrogance, like, look at how tight my stuff is, you know? All is well. You can't poke any holes in this theory. It's tight. It's knowledge. Apparently, we're not investing in that anymore. This all is well. The cover story is the story. That seems to be a false notion now. Kind of quietly on its way out. Don't get me wrong, I would love that for people if they believed in it, if they really believed in it, that their commitment, their family circle, their emotional obligations that they signed up for, be it marriage or family or whatever, if it's tight, if it feels good, and if it looks great, and because it is great, good. I want people to have that. But the way that that's exiting so quietly suggests this was a false notion, that all is well. You don't look at my stuff. My stuff is flawless. It wasn't so flawless. Turns out we're able to poke some holes in that particular theory, but it's so quiet, such a quiet exit. Investing in this notion of perfect harmony in the family unit or commitment, it's very interesting. That is very, very interesting. Let's see that Three of Wands, please. Show me that Three of Wands, please, in the immediate future. What are we looking at? What are we hoping for? What are we waiting for? Okay. The Sun, the Queen of Cups, the Page of Wands. We're hoping for love. We have, it's so small though, Page of Wands, Three of Wands, but it's such a large hope of happiness, sunshine, and just pure love. I'm going to be honest with you, that Queen of Cups looks like it's outside of you. But yes, of course, it could be you. You've already shown me so many power elements in and of your own right today. But whether we fully recognize this or not, because it is future-oriented, not too much further out, we want love. We want the happiness and the glory of it all. We want to be open to it specifically. I don't care how small it starts out. I want it to go beyond a space of hope and activation. So that's fine. But if it is activated and it grows into that space, I want you to take it. I want you to claim it. I want you to participate in it. Because if that's what you really want, not this kind of slick notion that we're a happy family, happy unit, and you're not going to find any cracks in our armor. to something that is actually genuinely warm and loving. Okay. I still don't know what that is. Up until this point, you showed me how you're trying to work through a connection that once upon a time proved very tricky. And that you kind of remain in a suspended state of it until you learn more of it or about it. Okay? Okay, let's keep going. Let's jump on over to that Three of Pentacles, please. Let's see that Three of Pentacles. In the strengths, show me that, please. Justice, Chariot, Death. Oh boy. You really do appreciate making the corners of your world very sharp, defined. I know what I'm doing. But the direction you want to move in the most, you say you don't know if you have the strength to do it. Death, the Chariot. So the Chariot is our most adamant forms of this is where I need to be at all costs. You can't stop me, so don't get in the way. It's either this way or it's that way, but it doesn't cross over. So in other words, it's picking one direction wholeheartedly and not looking back. You're saying, I can't do that. That by all means, you can make things work as the day is long. You show me justice in the outcome. I believe you. I believe you're Aquarius that likes your corner of the world very tight and very well defined. Okay? We had disruption here that suggests not all was well in the neighborhood that we had thought or supposed. Okay. And so while you pride yourself on making things work, doing your fair share, even if it means starting over, you're saying in this particular direction, you don't think you can do it. Even if it means it was correct for you. You don't think you could peel out of your driveway and go down one path. Otherwise, you're saying you're actually pretty good at it. I believe you. But the thing you want to move towards the most is what you give yourself permission to the least. I believe. Once more, I'm not picking on you. I'm not casting judgment. I read cards. You just put down three majors over very, very, very simple constructs. So each of these could be further defined if I had the time. Okay. Let's go ahead and see this King of Pentacles. I feel like this is our main character here for what is authorized and what isn't authorized. Let's see that King of Pentacles in your environment. I already saw a little bit of him over here. And he practically already tried to tell you, Aquarius, honey, leave this alone. There's nothing to be had from it. Leave it alone. It's not practical. But the other side of you that's not satisfied with that answer was started seeking other answers. Like, why can't I stop thinking about it? Did this affect me that much? Yeah. It looks like it did. To be human. Yeah. King of Pentacles. Aquarius went, what? Yeah? No? To be human, honey. You can't always be out there in outer space, honey, which is what you can do. Sometimes we have to get back down to planet Earth, right? And I know you have that tendency. How to balance your mind against your experience. That's the trick. There's that Six of Swords again. The King of Swords. Look at that. That's who you are. Kings are the fixed signs. That's you. That's also you. You might have some terribly fixed Taurus in your chart. I mean, terribly isn't bad, but like, ooh, those two compete, don't they? I was just saying the words are coming out my mouth. There's two sides of you that compete always. The part of you that's very practical and you like things squared away, and the part of you that wants to be pragmatic, logical, analytical, and then think your big thoughts. That's how Aquarius distinguishes themselves between, say, Gemini and Libra, is that you will really reach out into the recesses of space to understand very complicated things. This guy keeps trying to pull you back down. You're like, Stop trying to cage me, bro. I need to think my big thoughts. So, Six of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Your environment is shifting and changing. I don't think we've fully acknowledged it yet. Your practical side. Your mind side, your analytical side, says whether you acknowledge it or not, our pathway is changing. That Seven of Pentacles, your steadfastness, the stuff you've always known, you've already mentally started to drift away from it. It's funny, you just got done telling me there's some things you just can't do. And then the other side of you says, I don't know about you, but I'm preparing to leave this behind. So I suggest you and I get on the same page about what we want. Because this, I got news for you, this King of Swords wants to exit what it's always known. There's another part of you that says, I can't start over, even though you actually have the strengths literally equipped to do so. I saw your hopes. They're beautiful. I just pulled these three from the bottom. I looked at that Ace of Cups and I said, is that what you want? Oh, look at that. Two of Cups back here. Oh, look at that. The Queen of Cups that I said I feel is outside of you, but it could be you. It's someone else. That's all love. That's all water. Okay. It's good love too. It's beautiful. A very wholesome heart that's fiercely loyal. That emotional loyalty with this is strong. So this is something you idealize and you don't quite understand how much. Or you know who that is and you know what they can do in terms of the heart space. Okay. Fiercely emotionally loyal. This is that ride or die person, right? Standing by your side forever and always. There wouldn't be any of this, see, all is well. They would make sure they played their part to actually be part of that sense of wellness and love. Okay, anyway, that just caught my eye. So back to your main point, my main point. I know what you can do. You're used to it. You're saying there's some places you just can't go or you won't allow it. Another part of you says, well, whether you acknowledge it or not, I don't want to be here in the Seven of Pentacles anymore, doing what we've always done. Wow. 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 This is some heavy shit, Aquarius. I'm going to leave it to you. I know that guy kept saying, leave it alone, Aquarius, leave it alone, leave it alone, leave it alone. Nothing will come of it. You're like, I'm not satisfied with that answer. Man, you really do. You are. Look at you. Ooh, what's going to happen? What? Seven of Pentacles is in your hopes and fears too, by the way. You hope for things to stay the same, and you also fear to. Again, that equal division, that duality is so real in you. Oh my goodness. Oh, we got to see that. Let's see that Seven of Pentacles. You now you got me like, what are you going to do? Because you were literally of two minds, but it's I would see something like that for, say, Gemini. But, you know, for you, it's in competition to other places in you that say, I need practicality. I need things to stay the same. I need to know what's going on, when it's happening, because I made those definitions a long time ago. That's why your corners are so sharp. And your King of Swords says, yeah, I was fine with that for a long time, just like you are. But I know that there's something more now, and I can't take that knowledge back, which is very Aquarius. Let's see that Seven of Pentacles. Show me that Seven of Pentacles. Show me that Seven of Pentacles. Oh, okay. Better tighten it up. That's what she said. So, anyway, sorry. I am that person. I didn't just watch The Office, honey. I rewatched it. Okay, the British version and the original version, which is the British version, and of course, famously with Ricky Gervais, and the American version. I'm a fan. Yeah. Okay. La Luna. There he is again. Dude. For cereal. Okay, I got you. I got it. There he is again. King of Pentacles here 3 times. King of Swords and the Queen of Swords throughout. I mean, the 2 sides of you are highly... Look at this guy. Look at it. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Knight of Pentacles in the past. There it is. It's like, this is what I've always done. Always. I am terrified to leave my path. I got news for this side of you. In his secret self, he would like to move forward and create another path. But for some reason, he's not in the space where he can admit it. He's still back over here saying, that's not possible. It's not. It's just, it's happy enough for me to balance things and make things work and cooperate. I'm good at that. That's my jam. Okay, but there's some things I just can't do. The other side of you wholeheartedly disagrees, and you're saying, I'm moving us forward whether you like it or not, or this is saying, this is the problem, because that other side of you is refusing to acknowledge how it also wants to move forward. Your practical self is there. This person, this King of Pentacles in you, is equally just so terrified of doing the same thing, but they're also afraid to leave the same thing. Oh boy. Whoa. Look at that. Oh, this is some good shit, man. This is what real tarot is about right here. This is amazing. To me, this is fascinating. I would like to spend more time with you personally. Let's see, Justice. This, oh my goodness. I have never seen a collective of I've seen division. You don't know what you're doing. Figure it out. You're going here. You're going there. You're going everywhere. This is literally 2 parts of you that are equally solid, valid, and they both have strong voices, opinions, and experiences. That was the most telling. That's the most quiet fade I've ever seen in my life. This notion that all is well and you will not find a crack in my veneer. No, no, no. My family unit and or commitment is tight. We stopped investing in that theory. That I do know. And I think that's the King of Swords acknowledging that things have shifted and changed and they don't want to be on this pathway anymore. This is fascinating. It may not be to you, honey. This might sound like an absolute nightmare, but to me, this is good stuff. This is really good stuff. This is what I like to work through when I'm with clients. Let's see that justice there, pleasing the outcome. And once more, when I laugh, I'm not laughing at you. It is just my natural reactions to things. Do keep in mind, I am a person too. Justice, we have that Page of Pentacles, Strength, and Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. Little by little, we're not investing in this anymore. This is a different page. It's a newly adopted page. It's looking like you shifted into a softer representation of that King of Pentacles and said, okay, what if I balance out the situation by giving myself more? Strength in the Queen of Pentacles. I don't know what that means to you, but it seems like you're investing in a space that suggests I need to get better acquainted with my sense of self-worth, and perhaps then I'll know what to do. So I see you trying to be kinder to yourself, and you're having to be a little bit more protective of your own interests, okay? And by that, I mean you're putting things aside just for you. It looks very self-contained, that you're saying I need to balance better with me, and then perhaps I will know what to do. I think it's something. It's something to start with. It's a place to start. So your 2 kings kind of softened their attitude here and said, what if I give more to me? And then I can feel what is right for me. There's something. It's something. We'll take that, because I honestly don't know. This conflict isn't just going to erase itself overnight, nor will you have just a solution overnight. And you didn't even show me the follow-up of what you learned here in suspending this connection and what you assumed you knew about it. Or the only real piece I have was that I see you desiring simply, in its purest form, warm love that is devoted. And that is the purest form of your hope. And not everything else that's layered on top of it as do's and don'ts and rights and wrongs. And I'm settled in my ways. And the other side of you is like, no, I'm not. I want to leave this. You've already subtly started shifting. What's holding it back is the practical side of you that's more nailed down, that says, I'm terrified to change, but also I won't acknowledge that I deep down want to. Okay. Still, I would call this progress. I agree. Put more into you, so that way strength of conviction. You better understand what you want, therefore you stand. Oh boy. That was a whopper, eh? All right. Let's go ahead and ghosted. Family concerns. Something's not right. in this family dynamic, commitment dynamic, something's not right. In other words, missing, ghosted. It's missing. Like I said, there's the veneer, and we've worked very hard to look like it has no cracks, that we're happy and well-to-do and content. We stop giving to that notion, no matter how small. No matter how small. Dazed and confused by what happened, I understand. That was a strong influence. We feel bound, and it's proven to be a toxic pattern for some of you that once we start it, we got to finish it, and that can be a toxic pattern. You have to know what's worth sticking to in terms of commitment, and you have to know what's worth breaking, which is a toxic pattern that people can confuse for commitment. How do you differentiate between the two? Simple. One's either right for you, or one's wrong for you, and you talk yourself into staying. Okay? You can break your own patterns. Vanity, pride, there it is again. Over here. Self-love. Right here. New friendship. I said that you might be discussing this with somebody. I'm just saying it as an influence to help you sort your thoughts more. Okay? I hope it helps. Aquarius, honey, we'll check in on you next week. I may not see a continuation of this, but if I do, hopefully we see more improvement, or I might tune into something else altogether. In the meanwhile, I do hope it helps you in some way. It was terribly fascinating. All right, put it in the comments. Take care. Be well.